What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of R&R. As always, I'm Logan.
I'm Ethan, and today we're going to be going over a 13-year update on the SCAR 17. It's the battle rifle that all other battle rifles are compared to, and I would say for good reason. Whenever somebody starts talking about a 308 semi-automatic battle rifle, this is always the rifle that's compared to. SCAR 17 stands for the Special Operations Forces Combat Assault Rifle. It was a program that they kind of developed back in the late 2000s, early 2010s, to try to develop a battle rifle that could be used in environments like Afghanistan with a lot of mountainous terrain and a little bit longer engagement distances, and have to be a little bit more modern than the M1A or the M14, and some different rifles like that. So the SCAR has a lot of notable features. It's overall, if it was completely naked right now without all the stuff we've added to it, it would sit at 8 pounds. It's got a folding stock, so it makes it pretty easy to get in and out for like vehicle operations. It's got a side charging handle. It's got a 16.25 inch cold hammer forged chrome lined barrel. That is extremely accurate from what we found. But yeah, so this is, if you guys go back to my channel, back before it was R&R, back when I was just some young guy just getting out of the Army, that was my very first like kind of bigger video, was this rifle. And back then, this rifle's gone through all kinds of configurations from then until now. Originally it just had a Vortex 1-4 LVPO on it. Then it had a Trijicon MRO mounted on it for a red dot, and this is kind of what we've settled on. We've settled on is the we ended up going for Leupold Mark 6 3-18 for this rifle. It's kind of the perfect optic. It's lightweight-ish. It's lighter weight than most other optics in that magnification range. And at the time that I bought it, this was kind of the best option. Right now it's the Mark 5 3-18. It's pretty much the same optic for the most part. But let's go over some of the downsides of the rifle real quick. Hey Logan.
Yeah.
Are you still shooting at paper targets like a peasant?
Yeah. What else would I shoot? Pop cans?
Haven't you ever wanted to shoot at competition grade steel?
Yeah, but though it's like super expensive.
Well, here at R&R, we only recommend the best. Challenge targets.
Whoa. How'd you do that?
I went over to challengetargets.com and used the code RR10 at checkout to get 10% off my entire purchase.
The entire purchase?
Yep, the entire purchase.
But what if I want to train with my rifle?
Well, lucky for you, Challenge Targets has a whole line of rifle-rated targets. Like this IPSEC rifle-rated A-Zone flapper target with the armored stand. Hey, where are you going?
I'm going to go order targets at challengetargets.com using code RR10 to save 10% off my entire purchase.
Man, that's the smartest thing you've said all day.
That's challengetargets.com. Use code RR10 to save 10% off your entire purchase.
So we're kind of talking about the good and the bad. So I'm starting out with the bad. The bad, number one, is the price. The price is very prohibitive. Makes it to where a lot of people can't get into this platform. The other bad is you're spending that much money for a rifle and the trigger sucks. It comes with a real crappy 5.5 pound mil-spec gritty trigger. It's terrible. The fore end is too short, and it comes with bulky quad rail sections. It's got a side charging handle, which I don't mind. I've never had an issue with it, but some people don't like that it reciprocates. It's very hard on optics. You can't just buy this rifle and throw a cheap optic on it and expect it to hold up and hold zero. So those are the bad. The good, the gun is extremely accurate. Where we operate out of Ohio, this gun is just about perfect as far as the distance you can reach out to. This rifle is good from 0 out to 1,000 meters using the proper ammo. It suppresses well. I know you're not supposed to technically, but I've ran this rifle almost primarily suppressed. At least for the last 10 years I've ran it suppressed, and I've got countless rounds through this weapon. We found, as far as accuracy though goes, with M80 ball you're looking at about 1.5 to 1.75 MOA. If you're a bad shot, 2 MOA. But if you're using good ammo like HOP or 168 grain gold medal match from Federal, or 175 grain gold medal match, you're getting, out of 5 shot groups, you're getting sub MOA.
Yeah.
Shoots very tight groups. It's a very good gun as far as accuracy goes. But yeah, so kind of the flaws, what we've done to this rifle is it's got a Leupold Mark 6 3-18. It's got the Geisley Super Scar trigger in it. Switched out for a Magpul MOE grip. Had to do some milling on it and stuff back in the day. We've got a Surefire weapon light. We've got a Silencer Co. Omega 30 cal multi-cal can. It's got the ASR mount on it. I've got a Magpul bipod. I originally had an Accutech on there, but for the weight savings, I decided to go with the Magpul. It works out very good. Got a Blue Force sling on it. Got the KRG 6.5 extended. This is the Gen 1 rail. They now have the Gen 2s out, and it's sitting in a LaRue Tactical OBR quick detach mount. But yeah, so that's kind of just the overall specs of the rifle. This rifle, though, like I said, I've been shooting it now for 13 years. I put tons of rounds through it. I've cleaned it very rarely. Never had any hiccups out of it. Never any stumbles. The rifle is performed flawlessly for us. But yeah, out to distance, you'll see here. This rifle just out at 500 meters. It's like shooting an AR-15 at 50 meters. Very easy to get quick follow-up shots and just lay down the lead. But got anything you want to add to this as far as your thoughts, being an outsider looking in?
Yeah.
I know you used it in COD a lot, but
Yeah, I mean, and like, a lot of gamer nerds out there. I mean, this is a very iconic rifle. Especially if you do game, or you did game growing up. OG 2009 Modern Warfare 2. You always ran the Scar Suppress. And it was just the meta gun. That was just the. But a lot of people, back in the day before Call of Duty, is what it is now. It got people into guns. Because they were a milsim game and everything. But this gun is very iconic. I mean, you see it in a lot of video games, movies, stuff like that. But just kind of like you said, with the pros and cons. I mean, just like I said, with this not being my rifle, but I have shot it quite a bit. One of the biggest things is it's not light. It is a very, very hefty girl. I mean, even without all the gear and everything. I mean, 8 pounds bone stock. I mean, that's still a little bit of a weight, to walk around with, hike with, run with.
In comparison though to other 308 rifles, it's light. To other battle rifles out there, this is a lightweight platform. Because I mean, you gotta think about the M4 I was humping over in Iraq, how it was set up. I mean, that thing at least weighed 17 pounds.
Yeah, so
at least.
But I mean, just like your average Joe shooter, and like you said too, with the price, I mean, if you have the means or the funds, and say you have you're single, or you got an awesome wife who doesn't care,
or you got a crazy good job.
Yeah,
you don't mind going into credit card debt.
Yeah, drop a little bit of money on it. I mean, like he said, tried and true. I mean, this thing's been around for a while now. It's even us. We've shot it in snow, we've shot it in rain, we've shot it in mud and muck and gunk and everything else.
I've gone thousands of rounds without even putting any oil on it. And real quick, just one of the other cons I forgot to kind of add in was the other big con is these stinking mags.
Yeah.
For a rifle that's this expensive, it does not just take SR25 mags or the AR10 pattern mags. It takes a proprietary steel mag that costs anywhere, you can find them on sale, 40 bucks a piece, to average price is about 60 bucks a piece.
Yeah.
So that is kind of a kick in the pants, as far as spending that much money on a rifle.
Yeah.
And you're stuck to those mags, and the only company that can make them for some reason is FN. There's a few other aftermarkets, but they don't work. They're kind of, non-functional.
Yeah.
But anyways, getting back to what you were saying.
Well, that was just kind of like leading into my next point too. Like these mags. I mean, we are Glock shooters. We have AR platforms. Everything. Yeah, we have stock mags, but everything else is literally PMag. You can't just go out and buy a $30 PMag for this, because they're not a thing. Also, the ammo, just the ammo in general. I mean, even if you're shooting junky 147 150 grain ball, you're still looking at what,
$13-14 a box.
Yeah, I mean,
least.
And so almost $1 a shot just to go out and plink with, and that is another downside with this. And say you want to get out there and really stretch its legs and seeing its capability and everything else, now you're looking at $45-50 a box for 20 rounds.
Yep.
I mean, so like I said, some more pros, but like the pros and cons do or the pros do outweigh the cons tremendously. I mean,
Well, and also the thing too is with this rifle, they now make it in 6.5 Creedmoor.
yeah,
So I mean, if you want to talk about cost, the 308 is a more economical option for us. I mean, we live in Mid Ohio, so there's a lot of hills. There's not a whole lot of straight, flat ground that you can get to unless you start heading up north a little bit or out west a little bit. So for us, 308, that's kind of the perfect rifle. You can get ammo that's not cheap, but cheaper than 6.5.
yeah. It's plenty more available too. I mean, I know about it a year or so ago, 6.5 was almost impossible to find.
Yep.
I mean, 308. It doesn't matter if it's Federal white box, or I'm sorry, Winchester white box. The Federal premium or whatever, or even if you get some
Well, back in the day,
Turkish ammo or whatever.
I'm say back in the day, we used to run Tula and
Yeah.
everything else through it, and all the whatever steel case we could find.
Yeah, and it performed flawlessly. I mean, I've been shooting this rifle now for what,
9 years.
9 years, something like that, and
Yeah.
I to my knowledge do not remember a single malfunction.
I think maybe there might have been one or
Like-
two in the beginning when I didn't switch the gas setting over and I took the
Well-
suppressor off, so it was a little dirty.
That would be more error,
Oh, it was
or
definitely
human error,
definitely user
operator error. I mean, but the actual gun itself,
No.
I don't remember any kind of malfunction. Anything. Obviously, nothing catastrophic. But yeah, I mean, this gun alone is, like I said, it's a very, very iconic piece. So
And like I said, it's whenever you look at a 308 battle rifle of any kind, what do they always try to compare it to? The Scar.
Yep.
And there's a reason why it's compared to the Scar. Like I said, overall, I know it's heavy, but it's lightweight compared to most other 308s. It's very reliable. It's got a great gas system, which we can kind of hit on that. It's a short stroke piston gas system, very loosely based off of the FAL. It's made by FN, so that makes sense.
Yeah. Like I said,
But-
you'll see, in some B-roll and some footage of us, we're shooting at 100, we're grouping, we take it back to 500, we plank on steel, rest in pieces, the old range, and whatnot, but it's the rifle that, your girlfriend tells you not to worry about, I mean, it is that rifle that is very sought after. Like I said, the price is a big thing for a lot of people,
Oh, without a
but,
doubt. Very prohibitive to get into this platform.
but
But as far as the philosophy of use goes, let's go over that just a little bit. We kind of hit on it slightly. But this rifle is a squad designated marksman rifle. This is a rifle that you could take out in the field. You could use for engagements, out comfortably with just a novice shooter that knows just a little bit of the dope, out to 700, 800 meters. And this gives you the capabilities, the 308 gives you the capabilities to engage an enemy at a distance that their rifles probably will not be able to work at effectively. So if this goes up against an M4 or an AR-15 or an AK platform, doesn't matter if it's in 5.45 or if it's in 7.62 by 39, you'll be able to start making shots on target well before they're within range with their weapons to be effective. So that's kind of where this rifle is kind of set up as. But it's also a dual role rifle. I don't have much experience with it. I've killed quite a few groundhogs with it over the years. Smoked a coyote with it, but he's more the hunter. He can kind of hit more on like if this would be a good option for a hunting rifle, or
I mean, yeah, I mean, definitely 308, it doesn't matter if you're shooting anything as small as a groundhog or up to, a coyote, deer, bear, big game, whatever you want to do. Obviously, we don't have anything like that here in Ohio. And also, we have to use straight wall cartridges here in Ohio. We can't use,
for deer.
Yeah, for deer wise, coyote, pest control, stuff like that. Obviously, I know this is along with 6.5, I know this is a big gun in southern states for like the hog problems they have down there and stuff, but it's a heavy bullet. I mean, it packs a punch. You got a lot of energy behind it. I mean, you're not a good ethical shot, obviously, with any round is gonna put something down, but you don't have to really worry about a follow-up shot with this. You know what I mean?
And if by chance you were ever in bear country, like grizzly bear country or something, yeah, there's bigger rounds and more accurate rifles possibly, but I'll take
20 rounds of
I'll take 19 follow-up shots in case
20 rounds of 308 coming at you. I mean, it is a very tried and true round. That's why it's still used today.
Yeah.
I mean, it's still probably don't quote me, but I don't want to say it's the most popular round, but it's
as far as
like a battle rifle-ish type, or
Yeah.
bigger caliber. I mean, kind of like what we hit on earlier. Like, it's definitely a lot easier to find too. I mean, you have your 6.5. Excuse me. You have your 6.5. You have your 6 millimeter.
The
What is it,
new
7 millimeter.
277,
Yep. You have the 22 nozzler and stuff. I mean,
30-06 if you want to go old school.
yeah, 30. Yeah, but at that point, and that's another thing too. We kind of want to bring up how big this gun is, how big this cartridge and round is. It is still a very soft shooting gun for
Very.
what it is.
Very.
Yeah, the reciprocating charging handle, you can kind of feel like a little bit of like the clug, you know,
Yeah.
or like the, but I, if there is any hunters out there who have shot a 30-06, that's not forgiving.
No.
You know, a 30-06
Nope.
will buck you the next week, and you don't. I mean, obviously, with this system itself, it definitely
Absorbs a lot of that
mitigates a lot of
recoil.
that. Yeah, a lot of that recoil. So
It's kind of the difference between shooting a pump action shotgun compared to an auto loader. You know, all the springs and everything in this is going to absorb a lot of that recoil. But yeah, I don't think there's really much else to go over. If you guys have any questions or comments, please leave them below. If you have a SCAR and you're just getting into it and you've got any questions on anything, drop us a comment down below. I've got a crap ton of experience with this weapon, probably more than a lot of people. I've put, like I said, countless rounds through it in different areas, different ranges,
different scenarios.
Yeah, I mean it's a
two-way range.
Yeah,
I mean
it's a great rifle. We'll say that. But yeah, so like I said, let us know down below what you guys think. If you guys like what we're doing, please like, share, subscribe, turn on the notification bell. It really helps us out with the new range. We're really trying to get this thing going.
Yeah.
So we're not burning as much money. And
but just reiterating what he said, the likes, the comments, the subscriptions, the make sure you turn on the notifications so when we pop up in your feed and everything else. And as always,
we'll see you guys next time through Daily Dose of R&R.
we'll see you guys.